So this is an introduction to irrigation and everything that entails. We've gone through tons of irrigation on our farm. We still haven't got it perfect, but basically the point with irrigation is it's kind of an ongoing topic, and it's kind of something that you're always going to be doing. So you shouldn't think of irrigation as like setting up a sprinkler system and then kind of finishing, because that's not a lot of times how it really goes. We've kind of experienced this everywhere that we've grown. As much as the seasons change, our irrigation kind of is changing as well. So our watering requirements here are pretty high. It gets really hot and dry. We've been using overhead sprinklers lately. We were doing micro sprayers and sub-irrigation, but just having trouble germinating things, still having trouble germinating things. Yeah, it's just been kind of constant watering, and we took apart one of our old systems because we were watering most of the day and the mist was just kind of evaporating. So now we're trying to do overhead sprinklers with that put out a little more water. You know, new soils and stuff are great, but you're really gonna have to water them for with some type of hand watering or something, because they're just so porous that they don't really want to fully absorb, and if you can't fully absorb, you're not going to get the subsoil, which is something that we've been running into a good bit in the last month. We've been putting in a ton of new mulch and stuff, so that's been good, but it's hasn't been watering the subsoil. So we're pretty much going through by hand now and doing it, which is pretty time consuming, and we don't want to keep on doing it that way. So we're trying to figure out our watering system going forward, but we'll do that in another video. We'll get Ronnie out here to help with that, and yeah, you just kind of have to keep on it. And for us, we're such a small farm, and basically anybody else that would be watching this video is probably going to be working on a pretty small farm. So you know, you have to kind of face the music with it a little bit and water a lot, and just go through and water. It's frustrating, it's hot, but at the same time, it's really what you have to do. And when your stuff isn't germinating, you know, we know that our kale should be up in a week, so if we plant something and it's not germinated, it's because of the water. We need to just replant, because we can't get behind any more than that. That already puts us a week behind. So we really have to sort of adjust as quickly as we can and make sure it doesn't happen anymore. And that's what any person farming on an acre or less probably is going to need to do, you know, in terms of irrigation. So yeah, just be ready for that. And yeah, just remember that when you're putting in your soil and stuff, that it's going to require more watering than normal, because there's not moisture already in there. So to get your subsoil watered, you're gonna have to let it go all the way through.